How are you, my friend?
I'm good, thanks, Shawn.
How's life?
Life is good. A little bit tiring at the moment, but it's good.
Well, happy holidays. Hopefully you'll find some cheer and joy and love.
I find lots
and
of cheer
all the things that make you happy.
Those are things that make me happy.
What about being in this movie? Did that make you happy?
No, it didn't, Shawn.
Yes, it did. You know what? Okay, well then, since it didn't make you feel happy, guess how I felt when I watched this?
How did it make you feel?
Like a kid on Saturday. Oh, man. No, because I wasn't watching this movie. I was in this movie. Like, the visuals were like, they were so spectacular. It was amazing. I was right there with you.
Good. I'm glad it worked.
I felt your pain.
Thank you.
Side by side, trooping with you.
Thank you. Well, you felt like you were the 14th dwarf.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
I'm a little tall, but
some of the dwarves are tall.
Yeah, some of them are.
You know, you could have been shortened like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I was right there with you, man.
Good,
I was having fun with this.
No,
that's what movies are all about.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's Pete Jackson's philosophy on it, on what movies should be, why he wants to make movies, and he wants it to be that kind of immersive experience that you're talking about, and that was part of the thing, I think, for the 3D and the 48 frame rate, and because it is like having just literally a window into that action. There doesn't feel like there's anything between you and actually what's going on.
Now, for sake of the viewing audience, don't be throwing out no technicalities and not explaining them. What is that frame
48
rate?
frames a second.
Yeah, what is that all about? You have to explain to the people.
Is what we're seeing this in, or well, not all cinemas are going to be showing this in 48 frames, but some cinemas will be showing it in 48 frames. Now, cinema since the mid-20s has been shown in 24 frames a second, right? So that's been the frame rate. Okay. So it's literally 24 stills per second. That's what gives it the moving picture.
All right.
But that was done for a practical reason at the time, so that you could lay a soundtrack on at the same time. But we are used to seeing films looking a certain way. When people first come and see this, I mean, when I first saw it 10 days ago, it took me 10, 20 minutes to go, wow, what's going on? You know, because it looks different, doesn't it? It feels, it has an unfamiliar feeling in a cinema situation.
And you don't know if you're uncomfortable or if it should be that way.
Yeah, exactly.
And your mind is trying to process the story and the feeling at the same time.
But obviously, I think hopefully once, as I did, I got over that, and then I was just in the story. Because the story has to take precedence over everything. It has to take precedence.
At the end of the day, it's about the story.
Yeah, it can't be about the technology. You know, it can't be about that. Because you don't go to the cinema to go, oh, I hear the frame rate's really good in this.
But I tell you what, even if you don't know anything about the frame rate and how it works, it look good.
Well, good. I'm glad. I think it does look good. I think it looks really. It's pin sharp, and I think the 3D doesn't feel tricksy. It just gives it good depth. Yeah, I think it's rather beautiful. Yeah.
Feely.
And Keely.
At your service.
You must be Mr. Boggins.
No, you can't come in. You come to the wrong house.
What? Has it been cancelled? No one told us.
No, nothing's been cancelled.
That's a relief.
Careful with these. I just had them sharpened.
It's nice, this place. Did you do it yourself?
Well, no, it's been in the family for years. That's my mother's glory box. Can you please not do that?
Keely, come on. Give us a hand. Mr. Dwalin.
Let's shove this in the hole, otherwise we'll never get everyone in.
Hey, everyone? How many more are there?
Where do you want this?
Oh, no.
No, there's nobody home! Go away and bother somebody else! There's far too many dwarves in my dining room as it is. If this is some clothead's idea of a joke, I can only say it is in very poor taste. Get off, you big...
Gandalf. Now, what was it like getting back together again? I mean, because this is like, it's a familiar territory, right?
Well, no, not for me. This is my first go on it, you know? This is my first go in Middle-earth.
But everything was all laid out, though, I mean...
Yeah.
Because the crew and all that had done the Lord of the Rings.
They had done it before, yeah, and some, like, you know, Andy Serkis had been there before, Ian McKellen had been there before. But for me and the dwarves, there was a whole load of new people joining. So did you get
initiated with the crew that had been around all this time?
We did, yeah. Yeah, we
did. What'd they do?
Well, real cruel shit.
No, they did not.
They did.
They did fun, playful stuff.
Hitting. Well, if you think hitting people in the genitals is fun, then fine. You're in a different marine.
What are you guys, the Three Stooges on set?
No, with the 14 Stooges.
Dwarves, 14
dwarves. No, we were very, very welcomed. You know, it wasn't like being a new boy at school or anything. It was there was no delineation between people who'd been there before and us, because by the time we turned over, we'd been in New Zealand for like 2 months anyway. So by that time, everyone was on the same page. It was lovely.
It was a spectacular movie. Job well done.
Thanks, Shawn.
There are directors, and I've worked with some of them, who are prima donnas, who are dictators, who know exactly what they want or don't know what they want, and make your life absolute hell.
Your new album, Good Kid, Mad City.
The best tweet, will you let hip hop die?